Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me properly? It should work normally. Nice. Oh, okay. Skay, what are you doing? What, thank you. Okay, that message is really funny. Stream elements just subscribe. Size stream elements. Okay. Anyway. Oh god, this is so weird again. Hello guys again, and welcome back everyone. From the previous 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah, my audio channels are actually working for now. So yeah, I have Lara here with myself and Raava, and I'm gonna actually just unmute myself so we can continue this podcast because I don't want to waste time talking by myself. So here I go. All right, here I am. Oh wait. Okay, now it should be okay. Yeah, it works now. Okay, people can hear you now.
Wait, did they not hear our
Nice.
epic hello?
No.
Oh
I
no, we
forgot
have,
to
we have to
unmute.
do it again. We have to do it again.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Bonjour.
And I'm gonna swap scenes.
Also, it's
Oh my
still
God.
the screen starting. So okay, it just changed. I have a delay.
Yes. That's actually not much of a delay. That was like 1 second.
Okay.
Yo, it looks so cool, Noxxi. I like the orange flowers.
Yeah, what's your favorite color? Orange?
Yeah, orange is nice.
Yeah, who
People
thought?
say I'm unoriginal because orange is like the Dutch color. But I just like it.
Is it? That's
Yes.
weird.
It is.
But like, it's not true. Like orange, like when you ask people what's their favorite color, everybody will always answer blue. No one answers orange or green.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, that's actually very interesting, by the way.
I don't think I know anyone who has green as their favorite color. I don't think I've ever met someone like that.
You want to know something crazy, Lara? I was
Sure.
asking, Noxy told me what her favorite drink is, and I'm pretty sure she loves that drink just because it's green, because I've never met anyone who likes that drink. She says she loves cactus juice.
Yes.
Wow.
It's basically just a soft drink, but it's still nice and it's sweet.
It sounds kind of good, to be honest.
What?
Yeah.
This
You're
is
just
nice.
drinking a choya.
Oh my gosh. No, but it sounds like you're in the desert or something, and then you're like super thirsty, and then you have cactus juice.
Yeah, it's
That just
nice.
makes it better.
I just like it because
Okay.
it's like sweet, but it's not really sugary, so it doesn't bother you. I don't know, I actually don't like sugary drinks that much.
Mm. And it's green, of course. You know.
Yes, it's actually very light green. I really like it.
But she doesn't like mango juice.
No, I hate it. But I'm actually drinking I'm drinking orange juice thing right now, which is orange, and it's actually really great because I was craving for some orange taste in the past
Oh.
days.
Like Lara's favorite color.
Yes.
Suiting.
Hell yeah.
I'm drinking Lara's color right now.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Not sure if I'm okay with that.
I mean, at
I'm
least
taking
I'm
your
not
color.
making the lewd joke right now, not me, so I'm just chilling.
I'm having some really good tea right now because I just woke up like 10 minutes before this podcast, and this
Yes.
tea is so good.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it's
drinks.
not the cactus tea. That would be pretty nice to have right now.
Yum. I'd love to try it. You weird European people.
I actually like tea a lot. Well, it's kind of funny because I don't drink a lot of tea. Like it's a very rare, but I really like tea.
Heck yeah, best drink.
I have some very well. It's not really exotic tea or anything, but like it's not really some of them that I have from my old coworker who gave some to me. It's not really a thing that you can buy around here, like in flavors, but it's more from abroad, So like, kind of nice. But I have only one of each, so I just basically don't try them because I don't want to use them. which is
Oh,
kind
fair
of a
enough.
waste.
Just stare at them and
Yeah.
say,
I'm like my mom buys plates and like for eating, and it's like, don't use that because it's new. And it's like, where do I eat then? Like, where do I put my food if it's new?
In your hand.
Yeah.
Or you just keep it for a good occasion. I've never understood that. Like I know it's like you want to keep your stuff for a good occasion, but what if like you get hit by a truck?
Yeah.
Like, and then you know, like
You never know.
this is like the first thought. Like, I got some fancy tea. Better drink it quickly before I get hit by a truck. Oh my gosh.
Or by a train. You never know what comes by.
By
I
a
have
truck or a train? No.
funny story about this is okay, it was a long time ago because obviously I'm ancient. But you know when like The Lord of the Ring 3 came out, The Return of the King, I
Yes.
had watched the shortened version, but back then when they released those DVDs, the longer extended version in DVD came out like 2
Mhm.
months later. And my mom got me the set, but she says you can only open it on Christmas. And it was October. And my only fear was that I would like die before
Oh
Christmas
no.
and I wouldn't know what was in the extended version of The Lord of the Ring. So I
Oh
wouldn't
my
come out. Like
gosh.
my friends are like, do you want to come out and play? And I was like, no, because if I die, I won't be able to watch The Lord of the Ring. Yeah. Sorry,
Wow.
that was weird.
It's pretty cruel that you already knew in October because that's a long wait. That's like
It's
months.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was worth it. Like that scene, I don't know if you've seen it, but that scene where Gimli just blows on Ghost in that cave is just the best thing in the world.
I actually have to admit, I have seen every Lord of the Rings movie several times. I've seen every Hobbit movie several times, but I've never watched Return of the King. Never. Not a
Um,
single time.
um,
I don't want it
chat.
to end, you know?
So I used to be a massive fan of Laranity, but it's over. I'm sorry.
I'm getting kicked from this podcast right now. Noxxi's kicking me
This
from the
is
channel.
I actually love
this is the
Lord of the
end.
Rings. I don't know. Anytime that movie comes up, or I just suddenly bump into one single scene on YouTube, I'm like, I have to watch this movie again.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good. But I understand not wanting to finish something. I relate to that actually, so I forgive you.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
Raava, actually, if we are at Lord of the Rings, is it like an extended scene thing for the movie, or like a deleted scene where Aragorn and the others meet the pirates, and they just attack the ships?
yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of extended scene in the third one.
Because
So
that
the third
scene
one
is
has
just
the
super cool.
it is, yeah. There's like so many scenes. My favorite, as I said, is like they all enter the cave, and before meeting the king, they like walk on skulls,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
ghostly hands, and Gimli
Yeah,
is just looking, and he's terrified, and like the ghostly hands come towards his face, and he's just like,
yeah. It's great.
it's the best fucking thing. Anyways, I don't want to
Yeah,
spoil it because
yeah,
hopefully
I love
Lara will
that
watch
scene.
it.
I love that scene so much. Noxxi
Uh,
was like telling me like, oh my gosh, we're gonna just like we're just gonna have so much lore and
Oh,
Raava's gonna
we
feel so
will, don't
lost.
worry.
And it's just being turned around on me. This is now a Lord of the Rings lore podcast, I feel.
We are just 10 minutes in, don't worry.
It's
Actually,
okay. Yeah, go for it.
while we are at or around this scene, the most badass scene around this time is when the king is just, like they say that, like what I don't know actually the quote, but they just say nothing but then just disappear, and the king just laughs. Like they're just
Yeah,
that freaking reverb and like echoing deep laugh while they
yeah,
just disappear. That's just completely badass. Like that's just like this, who do you
yeah.
think you are, I mean, yeah, he knows who he is, but it's it's just this kind of, I don't know, it's badass. I love that
It's
part.
it's badass and it's green. And you know what else is green? The Jade Sea.
Yes.
Yo, look at that segue. I think we should all clap for that one. That was pretty smooth.
You're welcome. Also, go check out Lara's video on Kantha because you learned that there are turtles called Kappa, and there's a forest that's frozen in time because of
Thank you.
Shiro.
Wow.
There.
Yo, the kappa are pretty epic though, I have to say. They did this live stream last week where they showed us some of Xing Jie, and there was a kappa in the live stream, and I freaked out. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, same. I was glad that they broke them back.
Yeah, it would be cool. They look like funky creatures. So wait, you have the nice turtles that help you cross the Jade Sea, but you have mean turtles that are called Kappa? Is that what's
Exactly.
happening?
Exactly. There's 2 types of turtles. It's incredibly deep.
Wow.
Just like the Jade Sea was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. And is there okay, as someone who doesn't know Girls 1, I had a question. You know that Jade Mo fractals, is it related to that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really know how it's related, but it's supposed to be the same Jade Sea.
Yeah, because you can. Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting them to just like reuse the Jade Maw as like a Volt Pulse or something, but well, we'll have to see.
I mean, it would be funny if like people get down if they don't have a crystal and everybody panics to pick up the crystal, like at a like 200 player level, and like
Wait, hold
You
on.
already
I'm
have-
just making a slight connection. In the Jade Maw, you basically fight something that is like, like the Kraken or something, which you also have in Guild Wars 1 as a boss. On the Jade Sea right away, which is kind of weird coincidence if you think about it.
Are you perhaps referring to Azu Ahanoku? I love that name.
Yeah, but it's also called kind of like the Kraken, like it's the second name of it, which is weird because they are both like that. I mean, obviously, Guild Wars 1 is really couldn't really have done that kind of models because of course they had the worms from underground, but yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, did any of you two see the amazing blog post that they did where they announced all the live streams that they're gonna do?
No, where is
I
it?
I,
Yeah,
I
they
did
did
see,
like
yeah.
sort of like a roadmap, and they pretty much announced that next month they're doing a live stream of Echovault, and then a week later they're doing the Jade Sea, and
Yeah,
oh my gosh, looks so good.
Wait,
I'm so excited.
I can
is
link it too.
Echoville the forest?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Oh,
petrified forest.
I was
yeah,
thinking
Oh,
because
here is
we
it.
could not see this at all, but we'll see it in like a month.
I'm gonna
So
send
excited.
it in there in chat. The link for it.
do you think they're gonna release like all the maps, like all the regions, or as one? So like, is it gonna go through the story, and you're gonna like have them release like map by map or something? Because it looks enormous.
I think they'll drop all of them at once, like the
Yeah,
other expansions.
Okay. Looks
Which
really
is
cool though.
it's
oh,
good.
I love expansion launches so much when there's all these new maps coming into the game and everyone's kind of excited and there's so much new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Oh yeah. Echo Vault. Okay, so yeah, November 12th. That's gonna be cool. And then JT. So yeah, they pretty much confirmed that all the maps that you discussed in your video is gonna be there. Even Kaineng.
Yeah,
That's
for,
so cool.
as the last one shown, which is kind of still makes me really curious why Kaineng is the last one, when technically in Guild Wars 1, after Shinji, that was basically the first place where he went, and the Jade Sea and the Echoed Forest was the last two place where he went simultaneously, depending which side you chose, Kurzik or Luxon. But now right now, Kaineng is the last map shown.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna make it as massive as like in Guild Wars 1.
I'm actually sure it will be. I don't know. I still kind of expect it to be some weirdly futuristic, like Metropolis. just because of
Yeah.
the jade tech they do. Like Shinji
Mhm.
was always really off from everything because it's like a different region, and it was mostly for like because it just mostly had just monasteries.
Yeah, and it's like called New Kaineng now, right?
Yeah,
Which just like that's those two words just create a lot of speculation instantly. Like, did something happen to old Kaineng? Did they just go one day like, yo, we're new now. I'm a whole new me. Did they just change their name? Um, I think it's gonna be like some jade punk city. That's we'll have to see.
Oh yeah, like with the neons and stuff. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
like
yeah,
neon
Be
lights and
awesome.
stuff.
So will
I'm
do you
excited.
think they'll still have an emperor? Because there's there was an emperor there, right? In the factions.
They
yeah,
actually mentioned during their reveal live stream that there was someone who was voicing the Empress,
yeah.
and we don't know anything. But I guess we know
Yes,
there's an
boobies
Empress.
for the win. Sorry.
Let's go.
Which is kind of weird as well because like in the past in the story, if I remember, there wasn't an empress before in Kanta. At least I don't remember story wise if it ever mentioned.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just kind of was how, in general, we pretty much know nothing about the story.
Yeah,
We've seen the maps a little bit. We know we're going to Canva, but the whole story is still just a huge mystery. I'm just kind of waiting for that day that they post like a blog post and they actually tell us what the heck is going on. Because right now we know like nothing and everything is super speculative.
Yeah, and how like our character is gonna go there and stuff. It will be interesting.
Mhm.
But I had a question about like so. I'm not a lore nerd like you two, but like so Shiro killed the emperor, right? And then he unleashed his jade wind. And then was there an
Sounds
emperor
as if you
after
just
that?
that sounds as if you just had a fart or something.
Well,
He unleashed his jade.
I mean, look, he unleashes Jaywin and then the forest got all petrified, so it could have been a massive fart, okay? Like,
We finally figured out why the jade wind happens. Shiro just ate something wrong that day.
yeah, you're welcome.
I
Just
mean,
call me next time you
it
need
was
a
called the
death
Harvest
roll.
Festival, so maybe they harvested something
Oh
very
my
bad.
gosh. Yeah, there were like emperors after that, and there was also like an emperor in Guild Wars 1, which is like 250 years after the Jade went. There were tons of emperors, and then the idea is that the emperor after the one that we met in Guild Wars 1 was kind of a bad emperor, and that one kind of drove out all the non-humans and um, made Canva like super isolationist and stuff. But that's a
Okay.
long time ago, you know. We don't really know what has happened
Yeah,
in the meantime.
yeah, that's
So when
actually
you play faction, that has happened a while ago?
Yeah, it's like 250 years ago
yeah.
compared to Guild Wars 2.
So much lore.
Yeah, there is a lot of unknown, honestly, about Kanta because not even on Kryta or Tyria, the continent or like the region, you don't really know anything about Kanta because they were just off pretty much. Like there is just no connection. The only connection we kind of had was the Zephyrite, basically. Well, not like a connection, but that they were from there originally, if I recall.
I think there was a
People.
moment where they mentioned they had been there or something as well. Just, I don't know. I'm kind of vague on that stuff.
Yeah,
Regardless, though, it's just super exciting that we're going to Canva at all, because it felt like it was never gonna happen. I remember when this game came out in like 2012, and people were going like, "Yo, imagine if the first expansion takes us to Canva."
oh
It
yeah,
only took 9 years, but it's actually happening now.
yeah. It's kind of strange to think about it.
They did
It
it everything but Kenta, and now Kenta's happening.
Yeah. I'm also actually very curious about um what kind of future maps they will release because so far every expansion had more maps added eventually to the expansion. And I just wonder what else they could add, like how big the baseline maps will be. So what can they add more to it, or which way they can expand?
It's interesting to think about like where the game is gonna go after, because again, they've kind of in the past there's always been these areas from Guild Wars 1, which was like,
Yeah.
oh, it would be so cool if we go there. But they've kind of done everything after Canva. I would really like them to see them do just an entirely new continent, just something we've never seen before.
That will be the best.
Yeah, and then there's like so many talented people at ArenaNet, but they're kind of just retreading the stuff from 16 years ago. I want them to make their own continent and just do something entirely new.
Yeah, make new humans.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's
New
been
races and stuff.
it's been known that there are people on like away from us as well, even in the past, like in Guild Wars 1's time, because like I actually don't want to mix up things, but even in Elona, on the first city or what, they actually came from somewhere else, from like a distant land first. Actually can't remember properly.
Oh yeah, there's some hints like that's out there, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually not too entirely sure on this, but I believe there's this one NPC which has a very Spanish name. I think it's in Guild Wars 1, and he mentions that he came from somewhere else. So there's so much cool stuff they could still do and just
Yeah.
make entirely new places. And for me, like just exploring and going to all the different places is such a large part of my enjoyment of this game. Like I
Same.
like raids and stuff, I like instances, but there's few things that make me as excited as like, yo, you get to go to a new continent, you get to explore all these things. Oh,
Yeah.
it's,
Does it pass after a while? Like, for example, when a new X pack come, do you just like discover the whole like new maps, but then you stop, or you always go back to them?
yeah, kind of. When Path of Fire came out, I had a great time just exploring it the first time, and then I kind
Yeah.
of stopped going there because there wasn't too much of a reason to return to those maps. Weren't too
Yeah.
many
It's a
like fancy
shame.
rewards you could get.
Yeah. It's just a shame because like those maps are just incredible. Like when you go back to it after a long time, you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's not much to get back to type of thing.
Mm-hmm. With like Heart of Thorns, they had so many cool meta events that
Yeah.
people had to keep doing. I
Yeah.
still do Chuck Errand like every day because I have to. Because I have to do it like 15 times for every set. Very annoying. But
Yeah.
the game forces me to do Chuck Errands every day. But the
So
game
how
also
many
doesn't force me to do anything in Path of Fire too much.
yeah. How many infusions did you get, Lara?
Uh, I actually got a vial of liquid iridium once on stream, and I
Oh!
didn't realize. So
Wow.
the next day, I was like sitting there, and I had my inventory open, and then one of my friends said, "Lara, can you just like mouse over that one amulet thing over there?" I was like, "Oh, okay. What's this?" It's just a stupid amulet. And then it turned out I had dropped one of the infusions without realizing.
Oh my. Oh my. TP Baron Lara, let's
Yeah.
go.
My favorite meta is still Dragon Stand.
Oh, it's
That's
so
just
cool, isn't it?
bless. It's just so cool. Like I said, I think we mentioned on the last stream as well, but it's very. I actually love that meta. That just, I don't know. It's well designed.
Yeah. All metas in Heart of Thorns are
Yeah.
incredible. Like it was I hope they like when they go back like in Ends of Dragons, like it would be really cool that they use that kind of like same meta type of mentality. Because
Yeah.
it just brings a lot of players together as well. Like especially like all those organized like Chad Garrett. Like you need 4 tags and stuff like this. Well, you
Yeah.
don't need them, but it's just really nice to like just spend like a couple of hours all together trying to beat up massive
Mhm.
bosses and organize it with mechanics and stuff.
And it's so cool that like 5, 6 years later, people are still doing it every day, like multiple times.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
for
very
sure.
replayable.
It is, and it's still fun and like not
Mm.
necessarily for the the infusion, obviously, but
Yeah.
like especially like also as streamers, it's a fun thing to do with your community. You just squat up and be like, "Hey, come and play with me." Like it's nice.
Yeah, I agree. I hope End of Dragons does something similar. And
Yeah.
I'll actually have a reason to go to those really pretty new maps.
You know, new meta defeat Noxxi.
Heck yeah, that would be awesome.
I actually do.
I actually.
You
Yeah,
can
go for
say
it,
no. Go first.
Oh no, I was about to say something stupid. Like I want to create a new like game show called Project Skiff Away, which is like a kind of like fashion show, but instead of like just a normal fashion show, you do it on skiffs. Like you make like a runway out of
Ah.
skiffs, and then people walk down the skiffs. That's what I want to do in End of
Oh.
That sounds amazing.
Right?
I want to do a
Copyrighted.
boat
No.
concert. I want to do like a see-my concert, but then everyone is on a boat. And
I'm on the boat and then play. I am on the boat.
Heck yeah. Play like sea shanties.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You
Yeah,
should do
that could.
concerts and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, Raava, you would love that actually. The sea shanties and such.
Oh heck yes. I'll be the
Some
first one
pirate
there.
songs and
Yes.
stuff.
And it's just gonna offer a lot of possibilities.
Skiff or something. Yeah.
You know? Yes. Sea shanties. Gonna be epic.
It's just kind of exciting to me how you know what it reminds me of, seeing like all these people on their skiffs next to each other. This is gonna sound kind of weird, but it reminds me of like when you were a kid and you made like a fort out of boxes. You know, I
Oh
want to
yeah.
just go in the water and then just have lots of skiffs and then jump from this skiff to that skiff. I just feel like I'm 12 again. Sounds amazing.
Yeah. No, it sounds great. And I like that it's like content that you can do together. Once again, it's nice not to have just content that you do on your own. Like it's just nice. And I like how they had to like install an anti-troll system so that people don't bash each other's boats. So like if you're
Yeah,
not
that's a
part
pretty
of the
nice
same
design.
party, you can't fuck people's boat. They know us too well.
They do know too well. We would not be okay with that. Like you would just leave your boat and then some horrible person would come and just try to push your boat into the map or something.
Yeah.
I still wonder what would happen if like two person exactly position on each other and then turn on the collision. Like what will happen? Like do you like would one of them like pop up into the air or go down or something? I don't know.
Yeah, if like the servers crash on the first day End of Dragons releases, I can
Yeah.
just say that it's Noxxi's fault, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Probably.
I know that shaman will like experiment with this for sure because that was his idea first. How can he break the collision of the skiffs?
This is why we can't have nice things, you trolls.
I'm sure they're like stress testing it like crazy to make sure that
I
y'all
think
don't break it.
I mean they could just make it that you just appear next to the boat somewhere in the water. But what if you don't have place? Like what if you just find like a small puddle where like only a single boat can fit in? Maybe if it allows to spawn the skiff, you know, because I'm not sure, because so far on the stream it seemed like it can spawn the skiff obviously only on water, but I'm not sure if it checks for like you know, like the surrounding, does it fit in there, you know, like did they check that, do you think?
Mm, I mean, that's sort of what they did with the mounts, though, didn't they? Where they
Yeah,
were like, you
that's
don't have
true.
space to mount up.
Yeah,
And
but the
stuff like
mount
that.
is slightly different because it's like you spawn on it like a chair basically.
Right.
But the skiff is like a guild decoration that you spawn, kind of like that type of system. As I seen, that's how you spawn it. So I'm not really sure if it checks. I will actually experiment so much with this. Holy crap! If it
Yeah, we
comes out.
know. The game is gonna break. We won't be
The
able to
reason
play, and then we'll be pissed with you, Noxxi.
the reason Noxxi is excited is to make sure the server crashes. This
Yeah,
is why.
so nobody can play.
I'm actually so glad
Wow.
that the skiffs aren't like a combat thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of you ever played these Assassin's Creed games, but in some of those games you go on a boat and then you fight other boats, and I always hate that stuff because it's so different, and suddenly I have to like learn how the boat combat works, and I don't have time for that. I'm glad that it's just a tiny boat, and I don't have to like fight a boss on my boat or something like that. You just kind of
Fair
chill.
enough.
You just fish, just have fun with your friends.
Or you can play apparently Sea of Thieves and learn that, and
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is a lot of fun actually.
Yeah,
Just
it
gonna
is.
say.
it
It is.
is. It's stressful though when you're like you're
Yeah.
just trying to like do your little thing and like just do your little cruises and mission, and then all of a sudden you have massive galleon coming in your face and you're like I don't want to
Wait,
die.
that's
So
not
much
even that.
money.
Like 2 or 3 months ago, I seen someone. They basically made a clip and put it on YouTube where they were had so much treasures, and they weren't attacked by players. Instead, two ghost ships appeared with the megalodon and the fucking and the with the freaking kraken at once. At once, all of them
Wow.
spawned at once on them, and they were like, "What the hell is going on?" That was just like,
My.
I actually don't know if I can find that clip, but I will try. But
It's
oh
like
my
the
god,
game decided they were having too much fun.
when I
And
just in Sea of Thieves, when I just spawn alone, I'm basically constantly afraid, so I just don't play solo.
Yeah. Well, try playing on the Australian servers. All you get is like you try you try to sail, and then all of a sudden you hear like ya can't, and I'm like, what's happening? Like they're so rude. And all they do is like, I just wanna sink your sheep. It's like, oh, it's
wow,
horrible. Oh yeah, it's pretty horrible. So yeah, I wouldn't advise.
I'm just imagining that if you go like boating IRL in Australia, it's the exact same. People just trying to sink
Yeah,
each other's boats.
pretty much. Australians are pretty crazy. We throw snakes at each other. No, I'm kidding.
How long have you
But
actually been in Australia, Raava? Because you're from France originally, aren't you?
so originally I'm from a tiny island called New Caledonia, which is a
Mm.
French island, but it's between Australia and New Zealand. And then I
Oh.
went and did yeah, I went and did my undergrad in Canada, and then I got accepted into a PhD program in Australia in 2016. So I've been about 5 years in Australia.
Wow, you've been like all over the place.
Little bit. But it's funny because like I don't know France that well, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're French," and I'm like, "Yeah, kind of." Not really. And even when I speak French, sometimes a lot of people tell me that my French sounds very outdated, like because like I know expression from when I left a French-speaking country, which was like when I was 16. So yeah, it's pretty
Mm.
yeah.
Wow, I
But
always thought that.
thinking to
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was like I'm thinking to move to Europe very soon because I'm sick of Australia. So we
Oh,
close.
but that will be um, I don't want to be biased, but yeah, that would be cool though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would be nice. Yeah,
Better ping.
better. Yeah, that would be cool. What's up, Lara?
I can finally raid on the EU servers.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious. What ping is better for you, the EU servers or the NA servers?
So technically, NA servers I have 100 ping less, but it's a dead zone during prime time. So
Mm.
trying to create content, like the NA LFG is already dead, right?
Yeah.
But so what happened when I started streaming is I had an account. One of my alt account was on EU, but my main account was on NA. And one day I was doing fractals on both accounts and trying to do raids on both accounts. And like the prime time for Australia means, like, no offense, but the pugs are really bad. Because we all have super high ping, and people, like, they use ping, and I'm the first who does that. We use ping as an excuse to be bad, right? We just face tank
Yes.
everything. Yeah, it's the ping. And so one day I was doing fractals I had just done fractals on my alt in like literally 30 minutes. And then I tried to do it on my main, and I was going for fractal god, and it took 3 hours, and I was like, I'm done with this shit. So I moved my main to hero. I'm like, I'm out. Fuck this. And yeah, now all my accounts are on EU.
Well, does
Even though
that
the
mean
ping
that
is
you actually like rage quit the NA server, kind of?
I abandoned 6 years of my life on NA, and I'm like, nope, I'm out.
This gonna sound weird, but I kind of have the same issue. Um, I'm super nocturnal. My sleeping schedule is really bad. I wake up at
Mhm.
like 6 p.m. or something. So when I want to just play Guild 2 off stream a little bit, all Europeans are
Yeah.
like sleeping. So then I play on NA instead because those people are still awake.
Yeah. Well, now that you have partner, you can transfer back and forth, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
it's pretty
That's
great.
good. Well, I deserve it. Finally.
Raava for part.
But no. But yeah, it's fun. What's your ping when you play on the NALR?
It's not too bad. It's like 100 or something.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's totally doable. I don't really notice it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna sound bad, but from 250 to 350, it's not really noticeable. Like, that's why I also I do mainly raids and fractals, right? And
Mm.
I main healers and support because I can still do stuff like that, but like in terms of DPS, I'm always last DPS. And I'm always like, it's the ping! Which to a degree it is, but to a degree it's not. Like, if you look at Same Souls, his DPS is intense as fuck, and he has the same ping as me, so I should really, yeah. It's the ping.
I mean, it's definitely a huge factor, though. I think
Yeah.
Simsals is just using some black magic.
Yeah. TP Baron, Yes.
So this is obviously the main reason you're considering moving to the EU, right?
Yes.
Obviously.
And so I can be closer to you guys.
Yes.
Aw.
We can have
Closer
a
to the
massive
data center.
reunion. Yes. I mean, it would be cool.
Honestly,
Pay to win.
Guilders 2
Yeah.
should just have like an Oceanic server.
Yeah, I actually don't know
There's
why they
so
don't
many
have.
people over there.
I'm not sure. Like, there is not from hanging out on DNA servers during our prime time,
Mm-hmm.
there's not that many, but I don't know if it's because there's no OCX servers or because like there's not that many. Like, because Guild Wars, like, although it's like obviously it's one of the greatest MMR, like I feel like not a lot of people know it compared to WoW and stuff, and there's
Yeah.
not as much advertising about it, especially in Australia. Like, in Australia, you have trams going everywhere, and you have New World posters, and you have WoW posters, but I've never seen any Guild Wars 2 advertising
Because there are
anywhere.
taxes only for Guild Wars.
Yeah.
I think New World has
So
an Oceanic server, doesn't it?
yes,
Yeah, it
and
has.
there's a lot of servers, and like there's a lot of maps, and they're massive, but I think that it's like when WoW Classic came out, there was like a
Yeah.
lot of queuing and stuff. But now I think they've reduced it massively to like 1 or 2 servers because the play once the hype is over, it's like, there's not that many Australians compared to Europeans or North Americans. So it's always the trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It would be cool, but at the same time, like, even if they put OCX server, I don't think I would move because I just have all my friends in Europe. So
Right. Yeah, that's a big factor. People are already like established on their existing servers as well.
yeah, for sure.
If they wanted
For
to do it, they
sure.
can have to do it from the start, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they will
okay, like, it's
merge
not that bad.
words on EU and NA as well later on, as they said, because obviously for launch you need a lot more, but then it's just merging everything later on.
Do you think that's possible?
Yeah,
Like
they did say that they will merge the servers later.
Oh, in New Worlds, right?
Yeah, in New World.
Oh, I thought you meant Guildwood.
Oh, no,
Yeah, me
no.
too.
I was just mentioning it.
Hey, Noxxi, can I just say you've got so many cool people in your chat?
Oh,
Like,
do
there's so
I?
many
Cool
cool
people? I
names.
never heard of them. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually,
hang out on
by
this
the way,
podcast more often.
there was one thing I kind of wanted to ask because it's kind of a fire thing right now, you know, like a big fire. It's whatever. I'm I I'm an old boomer now, so whatever. But I actually kind of wanted to ask because I didn't have the opportunity much to ask, but so far we don't know the NG spec, but what do you guys think it could be that is kind of possible, like in a realistic way to be?
Oh.
Do because it's an NG. Sorry.
Wow. I like engineer.
Oh, cool.
You
You
know,
can like it for the both of us.
I think that the most likely thing to happen is that they're gonna get like a mech suit or something. Because there's this icon and it looks a bit like a character that has enormous shoulders and stuff. And there's this art of this engineer character that has like a jade arm and stuff. I feel like it's probably gonna be that. But what I really want is I want like a cute golem pet. That's what I would have.
I'm gonna
That
be
would be
real,
cute.
but I don't think that it will have like golems or like a golem suite. And the dude with the prosthetic arm is probably just like a main character that we will know. That's why it's kind of a special model with its jade techie arm. But I one thing that I kind of don't know, but I actually don't. I kind of see the goal this kind of golem shoulders or arms in the icon, but I think it's like two weird swords all the time to me because they kind of look like just daggers or swords or something. But it also doesn't really make sense because it already has sword hues. So I don't know.
Dual wield great sword.
Oh yeah, this Titan's grip.
I would be pretty down
Oh,
for that.
yeah. It would be cool if it's like, what is it called, that movie where like you have people controlling a massive giant and it's that, you're in the middle of the golem and it's like the movement control. Because like, okay, it sounds maybe a little
Oh,
bit
the Pacific Rim thing.
different. Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like this spec, those elite spec, they're so different from everything that I've ever seen. Like compared to the last two elite specs, like it's just so different. Everything is so different about them. And I don't know, like for example, like the gunblade, the blade sworn. I keep calling it the gunblade. Like
Same.
you
Same.
get a gun, but it's not a gun; it's a sword. Like so. I don't know. Yeah, it would be cool.
This
Like
is on
yeah.
this is an armed robbery. Where is your gun? You don't wanna know.
I was so
It's cool.
disappointed yesterday because most of the time they released like the
Oh
teaser
yeah,
image on Friday. So I was sitting there like the whole evening, like refreshing their Twitter, like seeing if they released it yet. But they didn't release it yesterday. I think it'll probably be today,
yeah.
because the Thief one they did on a Saturday. So I think in about 2 hours from now we might actually know.
I keep refreshing their Twitter page actually every 5 minutes. Still, I was actually kind.
So
No,
you're
say
waiting for the NG, right? It's
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
missing
yeah.
the NG. Yeah, fair enough. So sorry, I've been out of commission for the past week, and I feel like I've missed everything Ghost related.
I was just watching Jabro's podcast, the Lightbringers, yesterday night, and it was just Jabro was just so sad. Like she was just waiting for the reveal of the silhouette, and it just didn't happen at all.
It's kind of strange because I don't think they've ever really done reveal things on Saturdays before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's the first time for everything.
Yeah, because
I
it's
don't know if you
weekend.
saw it, but there was a fake image circulating on several Discords.
Yeah.
It happened on my Discord, and I kind of was like, nope, deleting this. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was just made up with like a Gundam or what mecha on it with like an Azura in the middle, but it's just so obviously, so extremely obviously fake that it just hurts, and people were like, "Oh wow, this is a leaked image." Like what? Just look at it. It's like the most obvious fake thing ever, but it's kind of nice. I was actually thinking yesterday night to make like a kind of a proper fake image just for fun.
Just for trolls.
Yeah. I kind of like to do that sometimes, but I just kind of don't share them.
Noxxi trolling the whole community.
Well, I mean, I used to play on my Mesmer a lot and just portal troll people a lot. So, what do you expect?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Are you one
you
of those
that's teleporting me randomly in Auric Basin every day.
Yes.
Or a check Garen when the wall finally opens and then you get a random portal that drops you to the floor and you're like,
every time.
and then as a content creator, you're like, I must not rage. I'm fine.
That's kind of funny. Thank you for placing that portal.
I love ArenaNet. Like it's just like or like the stupid aviator glasses that they put under the Auric Basin
yes.
chests.
Oh, that one is the worst.
What I used to use is the what is it called? Which gives like a cinematic the four winds little small I don't know what's it, but you can put it down on the ground, and if people clicks it, if people click it, then it gives you the the old four winds cinematic that it had first time. What is the name of it? I actually can't. I'm gonna look it up. I kept.
I don't think this has ever happened to me, so I feel very lucky now.
Yeah, but I kept using it, and the best is that you can see if people click it because you know the cutscene watching icon pops up above their head, so you can see that.
We need to talk about how excited you are about trolling people.
I like doing that sometimes.
No! Some people just want to open chest and go to the next meta.
Well, as long you see me on my necro, which you kind of do every time, then you don't have to fear because I don't have a good portal.
Good. Yeah, get that
So
sense.
if ArenaNet ever gives Neko a portal, then we're all doomed, basically.
Wait, it has a mini portal though, right?
Yeah, but you have yeah, but it's really it's meh, and you can it's too visible, in my opinion. But
yeah,
we
the range is quite cute.
You actually didn't, Lara. Did you play any of the early Guild Wars 2 betas?
I did. I played in all of the public ones.
Uh,
I never got invited for the private ones, and I always had
okay. Then you didn't. I think you never seen the first ever portal because it was fixed by the time it was on before they had the first open beta. Because I was
in like the super secret beta that you couldn't talk about.
There was 2 alpha, and I was in the first. I wasn't invited back to the second one, but then it was open beta anyway afterward. But in the first, or maybe even in the second alpha, the Mesmer portal worked the way that there was no click F, to use it. You just walked on it and it teleported you. You just walked on it.
Horrible.
And wait, no, I'm gonna actually check. Oh, hold on, because I still have that old YouTube video saved somewhere. because people did something in the alpha on the PvP aisle where 2 or 3 Mesmer put down portals on each other, and people were like just zooming around in like a circle, like because just
Whoa.
one people stepped on one, and they were ported into the other portal, which automatically ported in onto the other exit, and they just kept continuing, and it had no limit, just a time limit of like 10 seconds. So it neither had the confirmation that you had to use it, and it didn't had like a maximum player limit. So you just seeing people like, I actually have to find this.
I'm pretty
I
happy that they
I
fixed
kind of
that.
saved this somewhere,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was so fun. I actually played with that as well in the alpha. It was very fun. Oh, I think I found it. Hold on, I'm gonna just, yeah. Oh, it lagged. It they actually fixed it because it just lagged everything so hard. Let me link it into the to chat here. This is it. This is what we did. It was so fun, but it basically broke people's PCs sometimes. Like it just, I mean, not broke like literally your PC, but like you had such a huge FPS drop doing this, even if you were nearby. But it looked so cool though.
Oh my
It was
god.
amazing. It was. I was doing this for like an entire hour in the alpha or beta. I don't know actually which was it. I mean
Holy
it.
crap.
I think it was a closed beta, not an alpha, because there
Yeah,
were
I'm so
closed betas
jealous.
as
I
well.
remember around that time, you could like sign up for the Guild Wars 2 alpha or beta or something. And I remember this every time I got an email, I was like, maybe it's an invite to the Guild Wars 2 beta. And every single time it wasn't. I think I got disappointed like 40 times a day. It was very sad.
Can you imagine just getting an email like, "Congratulations, you are not selected for a beta."
Oh no. Don't give them any ideas.
Oh my god.
Oh, that sounds terrible. So how did you like come across Guild Wars 1? Like what made you start this whole franchise?
Oh, for me, it was like I was playing RuneScape on my computer. And then I
Mhm.
wanted to like upgrade because everyone I knew was like playing World of Warcraft. And WoW was
Yeah.
like super huge back then. And I think Burning Crusade was still in development and everyone was really excited. But I didn't have money to pay the subscription fee. I was like
Yeah.
11 years old or something, or 10 or something. I couldn't like afford to just pay like 13 euros per month. And then I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but eventually I found Guild Wars, which was like, yo, we don't have a subscription fee. And I was like, I'm in. That's what I need. I'm gonna play a fancy new game and it doesn't have a subscription. And then I just fell in love with it the second I started playing.
Oh.
What about you,
Damn, that was
Noxxi?
a while ago.
I
Well,
think
no,
Noxxi was playing like way before me even.
I got into Guild Wars 1 basically when wait, was it? Did you ask? Yeah, well, yeah, it was Guild Wars 1. Okay, I was just reading the chat. Meanwhile, just catching up a little. Well, I kinda almost cashed the first prophecies after it was released, but I was very hesitant because I just couldn't believe that there was like a free to play MMO, where you didn't have sub fee, and it was not like a trash game. Like I mentioned on the last stream, uh, there were many other MMOs that were free to play, but it was already like full pay to win, like Silk Road Online or like Perfect World or the other Perfect World that I played or tried out. But it was all like so extremely old school and boring as hell, and were like full pay to win. And I kind of enjoyed them, but it just ruined for me that it was like so overly pay to win games. And I was like, what? Like I think I was like 14 at the time or something. I actually can't remember not much, but doesn't matter. But I didn't really had much money, but my birthday was coming on, so I just used that to like, like, Mom, I don't ask for anything else, but if you all guys could like buy me this game because it's free to play, there is no sub fee. I would appreciate that. So I got Guild Wars 1 then, and it was slightly. It was when I first started to play it. Actually, it was a couple of weeks or like 1 month before the factions open beta or like beta started, because I remember when it was announced in game that we will be able to try the assassin and the ritualist in the PvP isles in Guild Wars 1 for the beta, and it was really awesome. But yeah, I, I was really hesitant buying on the game because it was just very unbelievable for me that such a game is like free to play actually, and it's not trash and has no, cash shop, because it kind of didn't have cash shop at the time.
Seemed too good to
Yeah.
be true.
Yeah, literally.
That is Wall's best birthday gifts ever.
But I still don't
Mm.
regret it. Like, it was one of the best decision in my life, honestly, to actually get in
Yeah,
that game. I just regret not getting the collector's edition of any of them, apart from the Nightfall, because I did collect money for that.
it's kind of wild to think about how that decision to start playing those games kind of affected
Yeah,
lots of people's lives.
Yeah.
Lots of my best friends I met in Guild Wars 2, and it's so strange to think about, like, oh, if I wasn't online that one day, I wouldn't have met that person, or if I wouldn't have bought this game back in 2006 or something like that. Very
Yeah.
strange to
Or
think
even
about.
like even as content creators, right? Like streamers or YouTubers, like the community that we've built thanks to like starting up this game. And when we started it, we didn't think like I started the game in 2015 and only started streaming last year. But like everything that led to that, and then meeting the incredible people that are in the chat currently and stuff like that, it's really interesting. Like people say that video games ruin lives, and obviously I'm really against that statement, but it really shows the other side of like gaming, like how beneficial it can be for people.
yeah.
Yeah,
I met a lot
I
of
would be.
friends on through Guild Wars 1 as well. Obviously Hungarian people all the time, so I wasn't really in like joining like international or like English guilds or something, or like communities. But I kind of just try to hold the good memories, because much later, around the time when Guild Wars 2 released, I don't know, my relationship with them kind of went downhill a little bit, because it's a bit kind of weird when it's, I don't know what, like, I was much younger at the time, obviously, because Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 had quite some years before they launched, and when I met them, I really enjoyed them, my past friends, kind of. But at the time when Guild Wars 2 launched and we played for a while before they all quit the game, uh, I kind of realized that they are very, kind of both a little bit racist and like homophobic and stuff, and this was just not, I just wasn't comfortable with these type of things at the time. So I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna just go low and just disappear, because I was just not. And I also had like one big, not that big, but kind of a fight with a friend there in that community, who were like, just loved calling people, the F word, the other F word, and this was just
Oh,
like, I mean, in the Hungarian version, of course, but
Mhm.
it's just like, I was like, yeah, no, I just don't like this story, so I just went really low and stopped.
that
Oh,
seems
Yeah.
like the right decision because, like, there's just like so many nice, wonderful people out there Why would you? It's kind of like, why would you waste your time
Yeah.
on people like that instead?
So I just
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
hold into the old memories when we had fun and we were still kind of kids, and just stop there and just don't want to, I just kind of cut it there and that's it. That was the good memories and nothing afterward. It just done and, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can create new memories
Yeah.
anyways. Like that's the beauty of meeting more and more people. And
Hmm.
you find that whenever you come up with like principles of your like what you want for yourself, you tend to surround yourself with people who are like you. Like once again, if can go back to when I was on NA, it used to be a pretty bad period of my time. Like I was really unhappy in my PhD and really unhappy with a lot of issues. I had like undiagnosed depression and stuff. And
Mm.
then I started like working on myself a lot. And I found myself growing distant and distant from the people I made friends on NA because like their darker view of life didn't really align with me. And like now if you look at my community, we're all like pro mental health and pro like no body shaming and stuff like this, and it's just like so it's pretty much the people around you attract that are like-minded to you type of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I get
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, pretty much what you
Your
put
community
into
is
the
great,
world.
by the way, Raava. I love your community.
Yours is amazing too.
Like, yeah. And Noxxi,
Yeah.
yours is amazing too. I like your chat.
I mean, it's not much. I'm kind of like, actually, my community is kind of like me. It's kind of like this, like, kind of low and silent, but it's always there, when you need. So I'm like, I'm kind of the same because I don't really go around talking all the time with people, but I'm always there for people if they need, or if there is something going on or whatever. Even if I don't talk with you for like, I don't know, 2 years or like a year, I'm still there. Like nothing changed for me in like a perspective or view about people. So I'm just not really that. I'm talkative when it's like situations like this, when we meet or something, but otherwise I don't know. I'm kind of just this silent type, quiet type, more like not the bad
But
one.
but quite loud with your art and like what you're editing and stuff. Like everybody's heard of you because of what you do. Like yeah, I don't know how to explain it. And you are there, like you support people. Sometimes you're almost like too nice. How many times have I had to find your donate button when you've helped me do stuff, and then I'm like, okay, Noxxi, how much do I owe you? Nothing.
Stop being so nice, Noxxi.
Stop.
Look, I just
Like
can't help it. Money is not in my life that much. I just don't care.
I know, but what you do is incredible and should like it should be not rewarded, but like pretty much yeah. You offer a service and it's such an amazing like you go above and beyond. Like when I asked you to do the editing for that trailer and you were so nervous about it and you were hoping you would do so well and then you sent me the first thing and I was like, this is mind blowing. Like
So I'm
how can
always
you doubt
nervous.
yourself?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I remember that. That was like the channel trader, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you
Did you
posting that, and you were so excited about it. You were like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever." Noxxi made this.
and she was like, I don't think it's that good. I'm sorry and stuff. But like, so I met Noxxi through Roca, and Roca told me he's like, just a warning, she's really harsh on herself. I'm like, oh boy, and it was the most amazing thing in the world. I'm like, Noxxi, I love it. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure about my feelings.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just I don't know. I'm how to explain. I do kind of have, I think, the imposter syndrome. That's kind of for sure because I don't know. everything I do just feels like I actually didn't add anything to it. It's just like copy pasting others' work because I always enjoy looking up inspiration, like videos or like techniques that like people do or enjoy doing, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this part of it, maybe not the other part, but I like this from it, and I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking stealing ideas. Like, I have no original ideas. I have no original work or anything. I just steal everything, and it just feels bad.
That's the imposter syndrome talking. That's totally not true. And like people
100%.
yeah, like people inspire themselves from what like passionates them. Like you have like go back to the Lord of the Rings, but like Peter Jackson inspired himself from like one of his favorite movies, and like it turned out great. You just put your own like Noxxi sauce on it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I do read a lot about these kind of things where people just suggest to, there is like no actual originality, but you always add yourself to it, what you create. So you shouldn't worry, because you will always make something different than someone else would make of the same work, which is kind of true, honestly, because everyone has their own style in everything.
Yeah, exactly. You just put your, as I said, your Noxxi sauce. I feel like I started a bad meme. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's normal to have the imposter syndrome, but I'm glad it's not letting it control you, and you can still put like awesome editing out in the world and stuff like this, because you're really talented.
Well, I don't feel like, but thank you. Sometimes actually, I watch Lara's videos a lot, all the time, but not like,
Oh, thank you.
like all the time that it's like on all day on my YouTube plays. But every time there is something new, I watch it. Or when I bump into Lara's video from like recommendation again, I just watch it again, and I'm like, I sometimes just feel like I kind of wish I could do this as well. Like it just
You could
enjoy them
definitely
to the
do that.
point sometimes where it's like I kind of want to do these as well. It's just so fun, but I'm like, yeah, it's not my kind of cup of tea.
No, I mean you do like the don't you edit the funny mug compilations?
Yeah, I do,
Those are
but
really good. I like those a lot.
yeah, but it's kind of different because I do it for for someone else, so it's kind of weird. But I don't have my own funny compilation because I just have nothing to use.
Okay, we
But
can
yeah,
make a compilation of me if you No, but like, yeah, you two are incredible editors, and you should be really proud of the work you put out, because it's really inspiring to a lot of people. Like, I'm pretty sure the chat would agree with me on that one.
you are doing
Oh
well
wow,
as
thanks
well
Raava.
on editing Raava, by the way. Checking your videos, they're actually very good. Actually, like compared to some people that I sometimes bump into on YouTube, like doing very beginner stuff in editing. Well, compared to that, you are far beyond, honestly. Like,
Aw, well, I like you. Like, I'm not saying this to kiss your ass, even though I wouldn't mind kissing it. You two are like,
Wow.
I've been watching Lara's video for years, and you two, Noxy, like you are both like I love your editing style. I love how you tell a story when you put clips together. I just like so I'm massively inspired by the two of you. Um, it's yeah, but I'm sure I've met a lot of people who have said that they've also loved the way you both edit in your own way. So yeah,
Rava,
that's
I I kind of love it when people say these, and people just don't know that when I'm actually editing, I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And then people are like, wow, I love how you did that, and I'm like, do what, that's just a fucking accident, like what?
What are you talking
No, wait,
about?
you always say it's an accident, but it's not. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but Noxia has this really powerful thing when she makes trailers where she matches scenes exactly to the music.
Oh
Like when there's
yeah, yeah.
boom, 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 and it looks so good. And every time I'm like, oh my god, Noxia, that was amazing. That made me come. And she's like, nah, I didn't do that on purpose. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I
I get
mean,
so hyped up. You know what's wild though about I think maybe you recognize this too, because when I make a video that's supposed to be funny, I cannot tell if it's funny anymore by the end.
Yeah,
Because I've
same.
been like editing it for so many hours. At the end I'm like, I can't tell if this video is complete trash or if it's pretty good. And then you just kind of post it and you hope for the best.
That's
It's always funny.
I'm gonna admit or just say that I sometimes that's the reason I stopped working a little bit on some of my bigger videos, like the crappy guides. Like right now, I kind of stopped working on the next one, which I still won't spoil. I know that some people know, by the way, but I don't want to spoil it. But I actually sometimes need to take a break because I just keep rewatching the same stuff all the time, just over and over to see if it's okay. Where it just loses sense to me. It's like not funny after a while, just like as Laura said. And I actually need like a small break from it because I just don't feel like it's good. And while I actually, or well, initially thought that it's funny and good, I don't really want to change my mind on it too much because I kind of always go with my first sense of humor. So I don't like to overthink it and like change it to like, oh, I could improve it better, and because I don't know, but to me, my own flavor is that I'm kind of spontaneous with my humor when I'm editing. So when I edit, that's why I don't even like to come up with like scripts. But for longer videos like the crappy guides or something similar, I kind of need, because I just forget what I want to talk about. Well, not me, but like the TTS, but but when I'm editing, I actually change a lot. So even my scripts are just super vague because I don't know what do I end up with because I'm just spontaneous. Like I just think about the joke and it's like, ah, that's actually funny. I'm gonna put it in, and that's it. Like I just don't overthink it ever.
Gotta trust your guts feeling.
Yeah, I always trust my guts.
Exactly. And you know what's funny, like, and you have a knowledge of like the community, especially with your Guild Wars 2 video. Like, you know how, yeah, you know how Guild Wars 2 people work. So it's really funny.
Relatable content.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know how to make people laugh with your.
Well, I kind of try.
Right.
At least maybe it's sometimes not that funny, but I try.
I mean, the
That's
number
the
of times
imposter
people.
syndrome talking again.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
Stop. No.
We're in your head, Noxxi. Like the number of people who post your videos in my Discord, and then I always
Yeah.
tag you. Yeah, she's in my Discord, and they're like, oh my god.
Actually, many people don't know that I'm basically on like every single Guild Wars 2 Discord server, and people are like, "Wait, you are here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?" I'm like,
Lurking in the shadows.
I'm just like a simple person. Like, why wouldn't I be there? Like, I'm not like. I just don't.
You're famous.
I don't like that actually. I actually don't like the word famous. Maybe popular, kinda okay. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying it like I'm offended, like not that kind of way, but to me, fame is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of I just usually say that I just want to be known for what I do. That's it. But I don't want fame or like that kind of. I just don't see myself like that. I'm just a simple person, so treat me like a simple person. I just do things that you may enjoy, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's hard
Kind of a nice
sometimes because
attitude.
like, yeah, like it's just like, like it's people you like. I admired you and stuff. So the first time you came and talked to me, I was like, oh shit. But I think that's just a natural reaction.
Well, fuck you then, because I actually admire you and Lara as well, and actually everyone I know. Because
everyone's admiring each other.
yes,
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's because I always put myself under everyone else in like in my own perspective. Like I'm. It's not like in a degrading way, or what is the word for it, but like it just everyone who I know who does something, like from Teapot to Wooden Potatoes to Lara, from Raava, Skay, everyone I just know who are friends or do things. I don't care. Like even Chara or Lin or the others, whatever. If I know you, I just admire you. No matter what you do, I just admire you because that's my perspective of people all the time. Like when I manage to talk with someone like that, I'm just glad that I can actually talk with people like that.
Yeah, well, that's the best part. I find maybe, I don't know, like maybe I'm overstepping by saying this, but I find that the Girls 2 community, like of content creators, is really like this. Like it's a lot of admiration and friendship. Like obviously I'm sure there's drama, there's been drama, but
Yeah,
like
that's always there.
honestly, like I've met more like friendship and like people wanting to help each other out than anything.
Yeah, I
Um,
absolutely agree. It's just nice how it feels kind of like a close-knit community.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's some other Twitch communities out there for like bigger games which feel very almost like anonymous. Like people don't really know each other. But it feels like
Yeah.
in the Guild of Two community, everyone kind of knows everyone, if that makes sense. I like
Yeah.
it a lot.
And like yeah, and it's not like bashing each other and stuff. Like people are always happy to raid others. Like I always remember when I started streaming, I didn't know what raids were, and I kept ending my stream. We'd be like, okay, bye guys, and
oh
end the stream.
yeah.
And,
Oh yeah, I
and
do
when like one day, one of my mods was like, "You need to raid someone." I was like, "What do I do? How do I raid?" And I raided. I think I raided Shay for the first time, and it made me so happy. Like it was like, oh, that's so cool, and I had like 5 viewers or something, but it was the best
Oh,
feeling ever. And then you get to just know people, and especially in the Guild Wars 2 community, when you raid someone, like you get welcomed. Like it's like, hey, welcome streamers, thank you so much. Can I get a shout out? It's so nice. Whereas when you do it in other games, you get less of that. There's less of this commentary, like just I don't know, appreciation in a way.
even
Yeah, I agree.
even in like streaming, if I would like actually stream or like like be a streamer, I actually just would want to be like a huge streamer in the sense of like views, of course, with like a cool commun I can talk community.
It's okay. You did
But
it.
yeah,
No, that
I just get twisted. But um how to say, so if I will have like huge views, I will just enjoy it only because I know that I could raid other smaller people and like just be famous, dude. Like I don't care, like here are 5,000 peoples, here be famous. I don't know, like I don't know, I just like the feel that I could help people out with that, possibly. That just brings me joy. It's kind of the same if I will be like a millionaire. I will just go around like just donating, I don't know, like $10,000 to everyone, because it's just like it can be a life changer
That's too
for
extreme.
some people.
yo
Yeah.
Noxxi, please remember me when you're a millionaire. Okay.
All of my coworkers said that when I left as well.
I'm calling dips on this.
Look,
Can we say again?
I always remember people. Don't I actually always remember people who are good to me and all that thing. But I
That's
actually
good.
quickly forget the people who are just abusing me and using me. I just don't care about them.
And they're not worth your time. But going back to the raid thing, like it's like obviously getting a raid of a 5,000 people or something is really nice, but the
Yeah, it's
simple
hard
fact
to
that
handle.
even if it's yeah, but like like even the simple fact of a raid of 2 people, that means the streamer has their own community and they trust you to take care of those 2 people that are really
Yeah.
close to them. And I think that the act of that is so powerful. It's not like the numbers should not matter. Like it's just like someone trusted you with their 2 people that they've just spent a couple of hours with, and I think that's just really powerful. And you really find that in Guild too, and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Raids in general are just so fun and wholesome. It's like my favorite part. It's like you just do a fun stream and then you get to do another fun thing at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. And like you always make someone happy, and they're I think I
Especially.
rated you once, Lara, and I was like, it was
Yeah.
the highlight of
Yeah. We don't usually like time zones kind of messes up a little bit, don't they?
Yeah.
Like
my
I
yeah.
don't get to watch your stream very often, but when I do, I'm always pretty happy.
Yes, but you always show up whenever I'm doing an event or something. It's so nice. Like I think you showed up on my birthday, and I was like, oh, because I knew it was like the middle of the night for you,
Yeah, I
even
think it
though it
was
was the
like
middle
6
of your
a.m.
day.
or something.
Like, oh, Laura, thanks for staying up for me. It's so sweet. Yeah, I love our little community of peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't mind if the community is small. It's actually kind of like everyone is more closer to each other. Obviously, there will be always like dramas and stuff, you know, in because it's everywhere all the time. You can't avoid it, honestly. But and there will be, you know, bad apples everywhere. But I don't know. I actually love our community. There are like, you know, this kind of iconic people as well. A lot of times who are like not like, you know, how to say, there's like Asen with his Norn, which is actually I bash Asen sometimes for his like trolling and stuff, but I actually really like that he just like stands out with that Norn, the naked Norn, if anyone knows, you know. It's like, I don't know, I just like
I
these
don't know that.
because people still know you or can know you or your character, even if you are like not like a content creator or something, you know, but you can be still be iconic and similar.
Yeah, like a little green Azura that has cracks all over its
Yeah,
face, right?
I love it. I love it.
You can totally like you can be hanging out AFKing, and then all of a sudden in the corner of your game you see a little green halo, and you're like, Noxxie's near me, isn't she?
Or there is
And then you turn around and it's like,
I
oh,
just
hi Noxxie.
associate green with Noxxi at this point.
there's
Yeah.
also
Anything green.
Cheese, by the way, who also made my mini-me Azura and still keeps doing. Laura, do you know Cheese?
I know who.
Cheese. But
I know some people with cheese in their name.
he has this golden Azura, I think, kind of, which basically just makes him look like a cheese, kind of. But he still keeps
Aw.
doing these kind of cosplay of other people, and he just tries to copy your character as like a miniature or like a copy. But it's kind of
Oh,
fun.
did they make like a Noxxi clone?
Yeah, he did actually. He
Wow.
sometimes like just comes up to me and just like, you know, uses the, because I keep using the ambient tonic, which makes me bigger. He just uses the smaller one, the miniature tonic. So it's like and the character is also called Mini Noxy or something. So it's just kind of
It's like
funny
a
when
mini
it's there.
version of yourself following
Yeah,
you around.
when I first seen it, I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? That's so cool!"
That's so cute.
I mean, just getting the infusions just for that and stuff. Like, what the hell?
It's fun to have like those like kind of layer. Yeah, like you said, Noxy, those famous but not famous people, like well-known people. Like there used to be this guy on MA, and I don't know if he was known on EU, but he would literally look like Ronald McDonald. And if
Oh,
you messaged him like as a joke, can I have a
yeah,
Big Mac? He would send you a Happy Meal. It's just like the most well-known dude in there. Or there's a guy who looks like Obelix, like you know from
yeah,
Asterix and
yeah, yeah,
Obelix.
yeah.
Huh?
And it's just like so funny every time I see him, I'm a fangirl. I'm like, ah! It's nice.
Someone does the Ronald McDonald on EU as well sometimes. I actually did see him because I did receive something similar as well. Sometimes there's the Santa Claus norm around Christmas as well.
I wonder if
Oh, yes.
all Ronald McDonalds are the same person,
Yeah,
or if
it
they're
could
like
be.
some copycats as well. Like, oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna copy that.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Have you also seen when you do meta events, especially Piñata, I think? There's this guy who has like so many accounts and he has like them, I think it's a bunch of necros and there's 7 of them. He makes them sit on the lotus chair and it's like
Oh, yeah.
7 of them and it's just terrifying every time, but sometimes he hangs out in the Lions Archer Dome and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why?
Pure dedication.
Yeah, how many piñata did you get? Like, it's pretty funny the memes that you can have in Guildbuster. Oh yeah, the old platinum. That's right, the old platinum in PvP. So that guy has like grinded through like the most toxic play mode of Guildbuster to reach that highest rank. It's insane.
Oh,
People
I don't
really
actually,
crazy.
I don't actually play much PvP. I kind of want to get into it, but I'm scared. It's like so daunting.
I
Every time
have
I
It's
try, I just
pretty
get
daunting.
destroyed by people.
I have one single PvP match in my entire history since the launch of Guild Wars 2.
Wow, just one.
One, which I actually left because I rage quit.
Oh, that's even less than I am.
And the funny thing is that my team actually won in the end, but I rage quit in the middle. They actually won
Wow,
because I was so bad I
Noxxi
left.
manipulation.
Wow.
But if I can give you an advice, if you want to go back into PvP, just turn off map chat.
Yeah.
Wow,
Put
who wonder?
yourself as offline.
You
Because-
know what actually happens a lot? When people see like the CMI tag of like, you know, our music guilds,
Mhm.
a lot of people tell me that kind of people use that, so when they trash talk the enemies, they go like, yo, go back to playing music.
Oh my
Go back
god.
to Divinity
I
Reach. What are
told
you
them
doing
go
here?
back play music. I told them. I'm so smart.
Haha.
I'm so witty.
It's terrible. Like the thing is, yeah, and it's scary. Like I don't know if like you're pretty chill, Lara, but for me, like people know me for getting triggered sometimes with pugs. Like I don't mind pugs, but I don't like being lied to. So when I look for people in the raid and I'm not doing a training, or I look for people in fractals, and I ask for a lot of KP, I expect like a certain level, and often I'm disappointed. So I'm like, I don't get triggered as in I yell, but I just get really annoyed. I'm like, yo, what the heck? This is supposed to be your. And in PvP, I get very triggered, but mostly by myself and my ping. And a lot of people think I'm hacking because of my ping. Like sometimes they try to hit me, and so I get so many whispers saying, "Yo, hacker!" I'm
Like
like, "No."
teleporting around with your ping.
Yeah. I'm still shit and you can still kill me, but because I have 350 ping, I look more like a bot than an actual player. But not in with the advantages of a bot, obviously, more the disadvantages of the bot. Like a lot of people report me thinking it's a bot trying to match manipulate, and I'm like, no, I just have 350 ping.
Next time, just say the chat like a beep boop, and just.
Yeah, like no, I turned off. Now I go offline. It's too scary. Like the whispers you get sometimes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very colorful.
I don't know why, but like competitive stuff, like just in general, PvP in any game, no matter what game and how nice they are, it's always extremely toxic everywhere. Like from Overwatch to WoW to Guild Wars 2, even in Guild Wars 1, it was kind of mild, honestly. But since ArenaNet loved to kind of like temp temporary ban you very quickly on reports. People just rather didn't say anything, but yeah, I did have some matches in alliance battles, especially because there was this Luxon Kurzek hatred as well in the game, and it was also PvP. So let's just say I did witness one game in my life where one dude on the Luxon side was just spamming the N word like very very hard with the hard R,
Mm.
and it was like just swearing at us like completely, like, you know, the F word, everything he could just throw there. And it was like everyone else in my team and even in his team was like, yikes, like report please. And it was like, okay. But yeah, it always happens in PvP games. Yeah, just
But
that's
not only in PvP, like it happened not even 2 weeks ago. I was doing a raid, and you know SH where you have to push the golem out of the
Yeah.
way, so that, and like a lot of people, a lot of druid pushers like to blame other players for them fucking up. Um and so this guy started getting so frustrated, and I was watching him, and I can push with 350 ping, and I'm like, yo, he's actually doing stupid stuff, like, and he was blaming everybody but himself. And then all of a sudden my dude says the n-word. We all reported him in like 0.5 seconds. Like, okay, that's it, like. But it's insane. It's just crazy how, like, hiding behind a screen, you think you have the power to do anything, and it's just like, nah, don't be a fucking awful bigot, because
Yeah.
it's not acceptable.
That's
yeah.
actually one thing ArenaNet is quite good at. If people use slurs in chats or say horrible things and you report it, people do actually get banned very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's good, and it's nice that, like, even though you still have players that do that, it's still such a minority, and people will rally against that player very fast. Even like in PvP, like
Yeah.
sometimes when it might be a toxic environment, but if someone says the N word or something, like there'll be a lot of players reporting that player. So it's like, yeah, once again, not to kiss ass girls too, but like I find that it has more of a positive, like, outreach in a way.
Yeah, it feels so strange every time someone is toxic or uses like slurs or something in Guilder Stew, because it's so uncommon, it feels like.
Yeah.
Every time it
Yeah.
happens, it's kind of like, wait, what? This never happens in Guilder Stew. How did this person get here? Shouldn't you be playing League of Legends or something, you know?
Like, what are you
Oh
doing?
my
You have
god.
no crowd, mate. Like, go
The league
away.
chat is just I still keep playing that game, but not like in like ranked or anything, but just sometimes I go into the rotating game modes, which is just supposed to be fun, but people stay play it like their life depends on it if they win or not. So oh god, but this the chat, oh Jesus Christ.
Mm. Uh, yeah. At
You
least,
just
yeah, Guild 2 has a lot of better positivity. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in Guild 2 that makes it also a very wholesome game. Like, Pride and the March, that was amazing. Or like Pink Day in LA, by the way, that's gonna happen very soon. If I can
Yeah.
plug it in a little bit, that's really cool. Gamers giving back, doing this massive fundraiser.
yeah, yeah.
Go check it out.
Well, what's actually really cool is that I'm not sure if they did this before, but I think ArenaNet posted an actual blog post on their website about Pink Day this
Ooh.
year.
Yeah, there
And they
is a team.
also posted a blog post about the Halloween event,
Yeah.
which is like a big community event on EU, which we happen to be playing music at. I think they've been doing a good job kind of promoting these community events recently.
Yeah.
That's really
Kind of
cool.
nice to see.
Yeah, it's actually surprising to see that ArenaNet kinda, I don't know, like they are more active on every part a little bit more than they used to be, just not being silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like something changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. They're
To the
mostly
better,
like
at least for now.
they they showed up in my chat like 2 weeks ago, and I freaked out. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"What do I do?" And I was freaking out. I was like, "Hi, I like your game."
Yeah,
But
I was streaming in New World like 2 weeks ago when it had just come out. And then like
uh-huh.
Denpy, this developer at ArenaNet, came into my chat. And I was like,
It's
don't
like,
worry, I'm just playing this temporarily. I don't worry, I still like Guild Wars 2.
Oh man, the thing, because Skay said that Colin saves the day because Colin is back. But honestly, I just to bring up slightly, it's not too off topic, but just slightly. But when when they posted on Reddit first that Grouch and Colin came back to ANET, and I just had this kind of argument with like a single person in on Reddit who was like, because I explained that it can be really good that they are back, even Colin, because they are kind of this kind of kind of hyping person. You just
yeah,
like it matters who you work with. And Colin is basically like an OG, obviously, because he was there on Guild Wars 1 too. But and then someone said to me, or like replied back to me, that it doesn't matter that they are back because they are just workers. And I'm like, dude, it matters who you work with, like the work morale and who you work with. Like, do you enjoy working with someone or not? It does extremely matter, even on
yeah.
at studios. And it's like, yeah, but they have to do the same thing. It just doesn't matter in the end. And it's like, yeah, it does, in on your own quality of work. It does matter what you do.
And it brings back some kind of like, for example, I had just, so I'm not OG players like you two, right? I started Guild Wars 2 in 2015, so the game had been out for a while, and I started just before Heart of Thorn. And I always remember how like hyped Colin was making the game, and like how Ruby was like presenting everything, and it's just like seeing them again. Well, Ruby hasn't left, but still, like, now we see her more obviously because she's like doing the live stream and stuff,
Mm.
and it's just so nice. Like, it just, every time you get that hype feeling, because like they've been there for, well, Colin for the first one. I don't remember if he was there for Path of Fire. But Ruby has been there the whole time, and it's just like, oh yes, there's a new X Pack coming. They're making it more real in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's just like that feeling of I'm even more hyped than usual because they're here.
You know, when I
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just nice how, of course, like they're just one person, right? And obviously, like
yeah,
a ton of people work on the game. And
Yeah.
there's like hundreds of people or something, right? Um, but just having certain faces around that are like familiar to the community can just help with like morale, I feel.
yeah,
There
Yeah.
were a lot of people that were kind of in charge at ArenaNet that kind of disappeared over the last couple years. So for a
Mhm.
while, we didn't really have too many faces. We didn't really know like who was really running the company and stuff. It's so nice to just know that the game is in the hands of people that are really passionate about it and that are really excited and that are like just as hyped about it as we are.
Yeah. Like, you could see on the stream when they present it, they're just like enjoying them and enjoying themselves, and you're almost like, yo,
Yeah.
can we play it too? Like, stop being like, wow.
I love
Yeah,
all of the streams
it's
that they're
nice.
doing with like developers showing the stuff they've been working on.
yeah,
Really
Yeah.
liking the streams.
yeah. They are actually like, not to offend anyone, but it's like less cringe and it's more like interesting now that they do. Because yeah, no, in the past it was like so bland and like nothing, like in the past
Mm.
streams they had. And this was like, I kind of never watched it, but right now when they actually do something, it's kind of like actually fun to watch. Like, it's interesting, and it's like more, I don't know, up to some standard. I don't know.
Yeah, no, You're right, and they're like, and the memes are also really funny with the water bottle, or when they
Yeah,
did the
yeah,
a blade sword with the 350k damage, and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah.
And
That
then
was
you get to
great.
play the, but like, it's so fun because he was so proud of it, and then you're like, ah, it's too good to be true. You get to play the class, and it's not. It just
No,
hits like a truck.
the the best thing on that part was when CMC was like, "Ah, yeah, let's try it out." So I'm gonna give myself like guaranteed crit, and then just did like one attack in the outfit he had, and it was like 25k or something. Yeah, but I didn't have armor or anything on it. It was like what?
Yeah.
Like oh my god, and then he just critted.
That was so
Oh,
good.
that was great. Yeah, but I'm actually really enjoying that they are slightly trying to more embrace some kind of just inside jokes and memes, because
Yeah, and you
previously they were more sensitive about these things and I didn't really enjoy that.
But you can tell now that they really understand the community. And they're like, okay, we have a bunch of trolls in there, but nice trolls and
Yeah,
stuff. So we're gonna troll as well. And it's fun. Like, you can tell that they have a really good grasp of the majority of
I
trolls,
still won't
too.
forgive them that they basically banned Pepe the frog, but because of those stupid ass things. But yeah, whatever.
I mean, it's always difficult, right? For
Yeah,
companies like that, they have to, they don't want to be, especially ANET is so, like, pro inclusivity.
yeah, they are
So if
kind of
they hear,
progressive and stuff.
yeah, like,
Which
so
I
if they
which
hear
I actually
that stuff,
quite love in them, honestly, since the start. That they are like,
oh
include
yeah.
everyone. Like they just don't being this type of overly like not trying to say that they are fake, but like many companies are like so obviously fake in these that oh yeah we have black people, we have this type of we have gay people, we have that, and it's like yeah because of these statistics just you have enough just to be included in that, just so that you can say that you are inclusive and stuff, but they are
Yeah.
actually not, and they actually don't even pay them that well, or they like don't kind of like yeah the Blizzard thing a little bit, and some other companies that had in the past couple of years, like
Yeah.
Riot was also kind of the same, not that heavy like Blizzard currently, but it also had this type of bullshit inside.
Mm.
But I am
Well, you can tell that they care,
yeah
like even about the community. Like one of the first story that I heard from, when I started to realize that there was a company behind the game, was I was in somewhere in the Shiver Peaks, and there was this NPC that was surrounded by bunnies. And I really like going to visit that NPC back when I started the game. And then one day we were doing guild mission, and I talked about one of my favorite place was to go visit that NPC. I really liked it. And the person told me that this NPC was like an in memoriam, like done by ArenaNet by this person who was like a massive fan of Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. And she had passed away because of cancer. And she
Yeah.
loved bunnies, and like they didn't have to do that, but they did it, and it's just so beautiful
yeah
that they care so much that they did that.
yeah there
They
is
also named one of the servers after a huge fan who unfortunately passed away before the game came out.
Oh
They're
yeah
wow.
actually it feels like they care a lot, and
yeah
when it comes to like their inclusivity, it does feel like it's quite genuine. Um, of course, you can never really tell what's going on inside of a company unless you work there yourself. But
Yeah, for sure.
whenever like they do live streams like these and they have like some developers on, it always feels like they're just like happy to be there, you know? That's always
yeah
the
Yeah,
impression I get, and that they're happy to be working on what they're doing and stuff.
and like talking about the lore and stuff, like they're excited, and it's like, damn.
yeah
Yeah.
And like you wouldn't have people that have worked there since the beginning if it wasn't a nice environment, like Ruby being one of them, and stuff like this.
I mean,
And
that says a lot as well, that people only left so far because of layoffs. like forced layoffs, you know,
Mm.
because they were there since like the start from Guild Wars 1. Like barely any people left the company before the layoffs. Like, oh, obviously people will move on always because you won't or wouldn't want to work on the same thing for maybe like 40 years, because I can understand that you want something new after a while. So that's fine and okay. But usually there wasn't many people who like left the company apart from the layoffs. I actually still kind of sad that Gail Gray is just no more. I think she was really nice.
He might come back. We don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I kind of wish Mike O'Brien will come back, or Mike Z at least. They were like true OGs, you know. But yeah, they kind of started their own stuff, so I don't
At
think
least we
that will
got
happen.
Colonel.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It was very depressing when ArenaNet went through all those layoffs, but they really survived it well, and they did such an incredible job, like to
Yeah.
recover from it. And now you have like End of Dragons, and it looks amazing. It's just gonna be so cool.
Not
Oh,
to,
those layers were so upsetting. I really felt like, oh, this is the end. This is the end of Guild Wars 2.
yeah, that was very depressing
Yes,
actually.
it was. Because, like, especially for me, like, as a raider main, like, all those, like, people who made, like, all those awesome raid bosses were, like, gone, and I was like, "Ugh, no. But, hey, they overcome it, and that's pretty epic.
Actually, I'm gonna say the reason I was kind of scared uh, when the first big layoffs happened, because it's like the third of the company was basically, you know, like left, or you know, laid off or what. I'm not sure about the terms, sorry, but that's kind of how Wildstar had it before it just shut down. Like they basically had like a massive layoffs first, and they still were kind of releasing content, you know, like in a very slow pace for a couple of months, and then it was just like, yeah, it just won't go on, and then just NCSoft announced that they will just rather shut down the company, Carbine, and the game with it. So I was like, oh no, this is fucking Wildstar again. No, please no, please no, please no, because I do really love the game. Like, I just can't imagine not having this game in my life right now. I obviously it won't last forever, obviously, but it just like just suddenly going away, like having Guild Wars 2 and with Guild Wars 1 going away. That, I don't know, that would actually just, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I would get like absolutely depressed by such news, that they just announced that, yeah, we're gonna shut down the game and Guild Wars 1 as well, because they kind of connected into each other, you know. And it's like, I don't know what I will do. I will just feel lost.
I'm
I
so
think a
happy
lot of
that
us
they're
would.
doing the DirectX 11 thing,
Yeah,
because that just gives me hope that's not gonna happen anytime
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
It's like, why would they be investing into that if they're not expecting the game to go on for a long
Yeah.
time?
And in that,
But, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I actually just wanted to say that in that blog post where they mentioned that what you were talking about, they did also say that they do this because of the future for the game. So that
Yeah.
was really good to hear.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. If they ever shut down this game, I will be so upset. It will be like a family member died or
Yeah,
something. I'll just be like grieving the whole day. So let's hope that doesn't happen for another 40
yeah.
years. Okay?
I don't think it will.
Nah, hopefully not. Like, it's been a, like, content creators, but also Guild Wars 2. We've done everything to keep it alive. Like, I think, and yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully.
the game is actually doing quite well.
Yeah, the
And
game is actually
especially
doing
with
really
like
well.
like with the expansion coming, and then like the game is gonna come out on Steam at some point. I think that's gonna boost player numbers a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would make more sense for them to wait for like the DX11 and like EOD coming out, and with that, like actually releasing on Steam before EOD. I think at least.
There's so many good changes, like the Amazon drops and like alliances and stuff. Like they're just really tackled a lot. Like not everybody is super happy about everything. Like we haven't heard for like new
Yeah, obviously.
fractals or like new raids, but like there's so many exciting things coming. It's gonna be it's epic. It's epic, and like whenever like you get a new like I don't know, I've gotten quite a bit of those people in my chat saying, "Hey, I'm a new player. Is Guild Wars still worth playing?" And it's like, yeah, there's this, and this. Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
I still say that we will see new raids in EOD. I literally say that I bet that we will see at least one, but I think there will be two because of the two old, the Urgos, and the well, Kanaksai, the two which could be made into actual raids, honestly. Which I kind of hope it. I don't know.
Okay. As you two are lore masters, right? Don't you want a raid to keep on going with Wing 5? Like, what's gonna happen? I want to know.
Which one is Wing 5?
Hall of Chains.
Oh,
It
That's
looks so
Mina gonna be the new
open-ended.
goddess of death.
Yeah, this Mina just
Yeah.
like with that sneaky smile being like, yeah, bitches, you've just done my bidding. and then we got like, which is cool, like Kadim and stuff, but no, I wanted like more Underworld.
You know what I really want? I want to go into the Wizard's Tower.
yeah, same for a while.
There's this one like floating castle in Keswick Hills.
Yeah.
And that castle was even in Guild Wars 1 as well.
Yeah.
So since like 2005, there's been this floating castle in Kryda, and everyone's been like staring at it, going like, I want to go inside of the creepy castle. What is in the castle? Why is there a castle? Who put it there? And we still don't know, like 16 years later.
Oh, that sounds great.
I want to go into the spooky castle.
They could make a raid about it.
Exactly.
For a strike.
No! No more! No!
I think though, like legitimately, I think that strike challenge modes have the potential to be amazing. I think that if those strike challenge modes have the same like quality as fractal challenge modes, I think a strike challenge mode could be just as good as a raid boss. I'm really excited for those.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, I'm not against strikes and DRMs. I just need them to make it more like raids in a way where you
shows
have voice acting,
a story,
or like because the strike, it feels so cold, right? They shove you in that portal, you hit like this weird totem, and then you go into the boss.
Yeah,
it just feels very, very like
empty.
Pretty much
to
like
me.
you go. Okay, let's imagine that like a raid is this beautiful romantic relationship that you have, and then a strike is just like a prostitute. Where
it's like a quickie.
Wow.
You go in and out.
Oh my god.
That makes me.
It's one of the best, like.
How did you even come up with that quickly? Like that just
Lara, it's me.
Oh my god.
It just feels that way. It feels dirty and cheap. Whereas a raid is like this beautiful, like romantic, loving, love making. Maybe I'm gonna shut up now.
I really appreciate the lore and story of raids as well. But I do think that that's almost like a minority view a little bit. I think most raiders, they don't care at all. I think they're just like, I want to do a cool boss fight. And they just want to skip all the dialogue, and they don't really care that much about the other stuff.
Oh, that's why most of those raiders do strikes now, so they can go see their prostitute.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly,
get it done.
for me, it's like I didn't really raid before, obviously, but I neither do anymore, but because I just don't have time. But I kind of enjoy that there is like a road, a path to the last boss, and you just go through the first few bosses and kind of learn slowly. You know, like it, like just as I said in the last stream, it's kind of like that. It just starts to show you the mechanics of the last boss, sometimes kind of, or just tries to, show how things kind of work, like should you jump
Yeah.
over something like a shockwave or something, like those type of things, or should you get like a like there is Slotosaur who gives you that poison that you have to actually run away with and then put it down, and then you also get similar mechanic on Matthias is the last one on that, right?
Yeah.
And you get that
Yeah, and you get
debuff that you have to put down, or it just falls down and then kills everyone. So it's like
No, but
teaches you slowly.
like it's fun because it feels epic in a way. Like there's like music, there's like you enter the instance and you're in for an experience. There's gonna be a beautiful map, really fun mechanic and stuff. Like it just feels very interesting. Whereas like I did strikes now. Like I can say it took me a while, but I did strikes, and you can literally, besides skin boner or whatever, you can literally face tank every. Oh, is it bone skinner? Bone skinner. I don't
Skin boner.
know. You can literally face tank everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my prerogative.
And it also
Sorry
feels
for that,
faster. Like when I see
Yeah.
some people doing like strikes, it's like they just go in like 2 minutes, like 1.5 minutes or 1 minute, and they just done. And it's like, where was the fight?
Telling you, it's a quick in and out, just like if you go in your brothel.
You go in and out, and then you fight
Mhm.
skin boner. Yes.
Yes.
Skin boner. Oh my god,
No,
no.
I think that's why I'm excited for challenge modes, though. Like, I feel like those bosses are actually quite well designed, but they just kind of lack the punch, They kind of lack the
Yeah.
difficulty that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
And I kind of like having an easier version for people that are kind of new and that are like new to the fights and stuff.
Yeah. No,
So I
for
think it's
sure.
gonna be kind of cool that those EOD strikes are gonna have the normal mode, which is probably gonna be like super easy, and then an actually challenging version as well that you can move up to. I'm
Yeah.
really excited about the strikes in EOD.
Just add a little bit of fluff, like petal roses and candles. Like
Heck yeah.
you know, treat raiders right a little.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah. I hope they keep the same system for like the CM in Sunqua as well. That is so good. Like Sunqua Peak is a really good fractal normal. Like it's beautiful and stuff. But I really like that the CM skips everything, but the fight is so much more challenging.
Yeah, and it's got
Like
like a second stage and everything.
yeah. So like you go like I wish they had done that for like 99 and 98. Like, you still have those intermediate event between the three bosses, which is good for like newer players because it teaches you the mechanics, right? But it would be like good if you could skip them in the CM mode to just like hammer all three bosses and have like more complex mechanics. So I
Yeah.
hope they continue on that aspect because that was really fun.
Zonka is such a good fractal. I think that's actually my favorite.
Same. It's
So
so
many people
cool.
skip it though because you need like slightly different builds. You need kind of want to play Conde.
Yeah.
Half of the groups I play with, they always skip it, which makes me sad.
This is so funny to hear. Like you need a slightly different build, and I can just imagine just some random dude like, oh my god, I have to change one of my utilities. No, I skipped this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how
A
to
lot of
play this.
it's so controversial in terms like especially the CM. Like now whenever we're always missing one player in our static for the CM. So we're always like 15k UF, which is a lot. Like we ask for a lot. But we always like are like or first, like how people look for DPS, we look for CC plus DPS because people don't understand that CMs only work well if you have good enough CC, but there's this stupid mentality with players. I think I'm a DPS, I must unga bunga, no CC. And it doesn't work that way. Like, the reason why fractals are much more challenging than raid is like when there's a weakness, you can feel it better because there's only 5 players there. And like you need to share the load of CCs, and it's insane how when at the moment you ask for CC for 100 CM, like people were like, "Oh, why?"
Share the
No.
load.
Shouldn't the banner and the revenant do all of the CC?
Well,
I am not bringing any CC. I need my arc DPS number to be higher.
We have a single goal, and why do you need?
you have described the majority of the player base doing 100 CM right now, Lara. Like the amount of people every time we're like, "Do you have good CC?" I bet, and we always warn them, like because we always get, "Oh, I'm the best player EU," and I'm like, "Okay, if you don't have enough CC, because most of us we have the CC DPS meter, so we can see how much CC you do." And it's like, okay, if after light phase you don't have enough CC, you have to go because you're definitely not what we asked for. And so you can see people trying hard with their CC, like, oh shit. Yeah. Fun times. Good night, Sarah. Oh yeah, it is 1 a.m. Oh.
Yeah. Alright, well, actually, just because of that, I think we should kind of wrap up because I don't really want to keep back Raava since it's 1 a.m. for her. So,
Well,
yeah, it's kind of, yeah, at times it was like kind of like a, little bitch a
Whoa.
bit.
It went so fast.
Yeah, I
how
kind
long has
of,
this been going?
it's 2
It's like we've
hours.
been here for like, well, feels
It's
like
been
we've been
2
here for
hours.
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually kind of like that, but I don't know. I think I kind of try to stick with 2 hours because it does kind of feel better. But I don't know. It's kind of if it's too long, I don't know.
I mean, it's like I wish I could stay longer personally,
Yeah,
but yeah, 1
yeah.
a.m. Although I don't have
I
Lara's
think
awesome abilities to live at night.
That is not an awesome ability. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh yeah?
I haven't seen sunlight in like a week.
Vampire confirmed.
honestly, for the upcoming podcasts in the future, I think I will try to actually consult for how long we could go on. Not for like like 6 hours or something, but maybe like if the other two guests with me are fine with like 3 hours at best, then maybe we will go for that long if it's possible for them and me as well. Then probably do that. But I think by default I will stick with like 2 hours because I think it's just fine.
You are
It's a
good.
good time.
It's kind of like
And it's like,
just enough.
You
yeah,
gotta
and you
keep it
don't
short
wanna
and sweet, you know?
yeah. So they want more.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do I actually end the stream? Do I just click the stop streaming? Yeah.
Bye bitches! No.
No, but okay. I just no. I'm gonna just do
And
the
now I have an idea. Lara sings us a song. Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
You think I can sing? I wish I could sing.
Play something on the
You play us a
piano.
song.
Every time I just like hum something on stream, someone clips it and I just listen back to it. I'm like, oh no, I should not have done that.
Oh, don't listen to your own. I hate it. I still can't even edit my own podcast because I just hear myself. The instant I hear myself, I'm like, nope. Just no. I hate it. I can't stand hearing myself. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But
That's a
yeah,
human reaction.
I know, but I still can't. Other people can stand it and they can edit their own voice with like the videos and stuff. But I just no. I just cringe and I just close it. I just no. Thank you. But
Fair enough.
anyway, okay,
Well,
let's.
for what it's worth, I enjoyed listening to your voice for the last 2 hours.
Well,
Same.
Well, I have very conflicted feelings about this, but um,
Are you blushing, Noxxi?
maybe, but
Oh.
Noxxi
just
blush.
no, but like No, I just don't compliment my voice in any way, please. No, just it just trash, and that's it. Just let's agree
No.
that my
Hey,
voice is
No.
trash. Rava, you can't say
No.
anything. You just
You can't lie on stream.
no.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
Also, I'm gonna do the thing that's very annoying that I've been doing is I have a PhD, Noxxi. I'm always right, and your voice is amazing. So
But I'm older than you. Am I not?
that's no.
Wait, what?
No. I'm 30 already, bitch.
What? Oh, oh.
Na na na
Okay.
na na.
Wow.
God damn it.
Now
Sorry.
this is the first time in my life I wanted to be 30. This is I'm excited now.
I'm gonna be in.
Oh yeah. How long? When are you turning 30? Lara?
I'm turning 27 in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Oh.
God, I wish that were me. I'm turning 30 in how many did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 so 13 days. Oh my God.
Oh, so your birthday is almost the same days.
Oh, are we like birthday buddies, Noxxi?
Wait, what? Wait, which day? What?
I'm on the 2nd of November.
Oh, that's close.
What
It's
about you, Noxxi?
28.
Tell us.
What?
When is your birthday?
28.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, almost.
like within a week.
Yeah. Damn,
Birthday buddy.
that's really close actually. It's funny, but you know, the friends I mentioned from my Guild of Some Past, we actually had 4 people on this same exact day and year with me, which was very weird coincidence. But we had the same birthday on the same years and same day, you know, like everyone was born the same day. It's so weird, but yeah, it was kind of a
That means
coincidence.
your parents had sex. No, okay, I'm gonna
Oh
shut
God,
up.
no.
I need to sleep. It's 1 a.m.
No.
Wow.
I've been good for 2
No,
hours.
PG,
I've barely
PG.
made any luge.
PG-3, no.
I did my best, but it's time for me to go sleep.
But yeah, okay, I don't know how to end streams properly, but I'm gonna just say, thank you, Raava, for coming back to the stream again. I really appreciate it, especially because it's very late for you, so I do really appreciate that you take that kind of sacrifice of probably less sleep and stuff, and
I loved it.
and I want to thank you, Lara, as well for coming, and I'm actually very happy to have you.
Thank you for having me on.
I'm actually more happy by the fact that I can actually I had the opportunity to vocally talk with Lara for the first time, I think, because we never talked before.
We've been on voice chat before.
We just chatted before. But yeah, it was really fun. I was very anxious, but in the first 2 minutes, after we talked, I was actually very calm again. So it was just that stupid anxiety. But yeah, I'm very happy that you were on here and you woke up.
Yeah, me too.
Lara, you
I'm
have
gonna
to
go back to sleep after this. No,
you have to fix your sleep schedule. You have to fix it, Lara. You need the strength to do it. But
one day I will manage.
One day. Never.
And thank you, Noxxi, for the opportunity to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
The RoseCast.
Yeah, not the best name, but whatever. I'm not good with naming, as I say.
I like it.
Oh, it's a great name.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
But yeah, anyway, thank you both of you for coming and being here and talking and being vocal and I don't know, you know. Thank you again.
And subscribe to Noxxi's YouTube and follow her Twitch and follow Lara on her Twitch and her Twitter and her YouTube.
Yes, follow both Raava and I wanted to say Lara. Like Lara is such. I just mixed up the names suddenly. Yeah, follow both Lara and Raava on Twitch, Twitter.
Yo, That sounds so cool. Like it sounds like we're like a duo or something. Lara and Raava. I love that. That sounds so great.
I love it too.
Lara Licious.
Let's do it.
So yeah, and also thank you everyone for coming and talking and watching and thank you for the subs, by the way, SK and Lynn. Again, it's been a year, by the way, Lynn. I hope Lynn is still here, but I'm not sure, by the way. But yeah, it's, oh my god, it's been a year since he subbed. But oh no, there's oh god. Wait,
Subscription
No.
wait,
birthday.
Teapot, when did you when did you come here? Oh no, I feel more anxious now. Teapot is on my stream again. But yeah.
You have to hydrate, Noxxi.
Yeah, I'm gonna hydrate right after I end the stream, I swear. So I'm taking your points.
Drink some tea, eh?
There is no oh, actually should turn off the sound alerts. I'm gonna refund that after because I have the sound alerts off right now because it's really bothering me. But yeah, thank you all again for coming, Lara, Raava. It was a pleasure, and thank you everyone for watching and listening to us. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna end the stream. See you guys.